and it could be you too.
One more time for segment 4 of the LWOO 1 year anniversary show. Y'all do better than that. Give them a round of applause. That was good information. Keep that energy, man. Keep that same energy, man. But oftentimes, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck, we sitting here like, man, well, I gotta come up first before I can bring somebody else with me, versus saying, no, I'm gonna support people around me and celebrating their success. I think LWOO does a great job of that. As she's building her brand, she's creating a platform for others to springboard their brand off of. Some brands are even ahead of LWOO's. Some brands are in their infancy stages, but it doesn't really care where you come to her at. She's happy and celebrates your success right along with you. You all agree with that?
That's what it's all about.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about supporting each other, man. So, and I think that we got to do, again, more of that, man. There's I think it's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the strength of numbers. The strength of numbers, but you got to genuinely be on that, man. Well, man, I love y'all, man. I hope y'all love me, man. We get to the tail end. It's like the home stretch for those that ran track. When we run that 400, it's that last 100. All right, so we're going to kick. And we're going to bring back to the stage with a lot of energy. Start clapping right now. Start clapping right now for my sister and yours. That lovely. Well, actually, I'm going to bring up the mama.
That's Mama.
Well, as you all know, I am very proud of Lauren and what she's doing, becoming an entrepreneur. I find that there are a lot of young, fearless black women up in here, because there's no way I would quit my job to become an entrepreneur. But anyway, six figures, and I mean, I really salute you all for doing that. But that's what the millennials do, so. So anyway, I want to introduce my daughter, Lauren Ward. Oh yeah, I also want to,
I'm all about the community and breeding for the unity, and you will see that's it. And if you change the whole world, not with diamonds and pearls, raise up boys, little girls. That's it. You see, that's where it all started, from the bottom of my heart. We gon' reach the top charts. That's it. And if we all come together, we can change the whole world before it all fall apart. That's it. So I invest in my mind, invest in my grind, invest in my shrine. I reach the whole world in time. Have a conversation with me, see what's on my mind. Got the whole team doing provide, no more wasting time. The world said we not equal, but my people understand there's only one life to live, no sequel. Now run and tell your whole crew who knew. Now you see what we do. That's right, LWOO. Welcome to the LWOO show, y'all. Where we give you daily motivation and encourage you to never give up on your dreams. Our mission is to educate you, empower you, and evolve your mind.
Yeah.
LWOO.
yeah.
Daddy's an entrepreneur.
Okay, I meant to mention that as well. I've been married to my husband for 43 years.
Yeah.
And we're still going. Okay, so Lauren, how has it been becoming a full-time entrepreneur?
Wow.
Being a new wife and balancing it all.
Oh wow, it's been truly a blessing. I've enjoyed becoming a full-time entrepreneur. It happened last November, as a matter of fact. And just to take it all the way back, I've been a part-time entrepreneur throughout the years. But last year, when I lost my job in November, is when I had two decisions to make. Either I could have looked for another full-time job, or I could have just stepped out on faith and really answered my calling from what God told me I was originally supposed to be doing. Because if we go all the way back, in 7th grade in Miss Dosey's class, I could not stop giving public speaking presentations. I absolutely love being on the stage, even as a kid. When this is my home.
Right.
When I'm on stage, I'm home.
Right.
And so I've always been a performer. I've always loved being on stage. And so when I gave my 8th grade farewell address speech, and I came off stage, people were like, you're anointed, you're gonna be the female version of Les Brown. And it was scary because I was only 13, and people were just like, you got favor, you remember, Mom, it was scary. And so I kind of took that gift and I tucked it in my back pocket, which is why when I went to college, I majored in broadcast journalism. And I received my master's at Northwestern and journalism at Howard, and so I thought I was going to be a reporter and anchor, but I realized that I was on my plan and not on God's plan.
That's right.
So that's the reason why I never did become that, so to speak, that reporter and anchor like on television, because I had to really stop and realize that that wasn't what God had for me. And so when 25 came, I did fall into a depression because I was disappointed. I mean, here I was, Howard graduate, Northwestern, AKA, Phi Sig, all these accolades. But then, in my opinion, I felt like I had nothing to show for it. So, because I was a substitute teacher, and I was working at Victoria's Secrets, and I really felt like I should have more.
Exactly.
And so, finally, I asked God why. And he said, many I called, but only few I chosen, and you are the chosen one. And he said, you are supposed to be a speaker. And I told you that years ago. When you were 13 years old, I told you what your calling was. So then, that's when I wrote the books. I founded my not-for-profit in 2015. I founded my for-profit, was on the Steve Harvey show.
Yes.
All these things started happening, but I'm going to tell you how good God is, because still, even after all of that was going on, wrote 2 books, not-for-profit, for-profit, I still was seeking a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
I still wanted to work. I still wanted the salary and benefits, so
Well,
I
you probably
wasn't.
got that from me, because you know your mom has always
get
been
it from me.
corporate, but that's okay.
Yeah, we know you the entrepreneur, Daddy. And I did, and you're right, Mom. You're the first woman I fell in love with. You know, you my mommy. You know, so of course you being in corporate America and Daddy being an entrepreneur, I'm trying to see best of both worlds, but I'm trying to find my place in the sun. So I was still seeking the 9-to-5, and then before you knew it, I just realized I just wasn't happy.
Exactly.
I wasn't happy doing that, and so as a result, I never lasted at the 9-to-5s. That's why
Believe me, I know.
Yeah. I never lasted. That's why I take my hat off to Ty. Ty been on his job for 5 years. I'm so, Mom, you've been on the job. I'm so proud of y'all, because I could never. Let me see. I probably didn't make it past what 6, 3. Gee, I ain't never been on the job too long, man. I can never last, man. I can never last.
You cannot sit at a desk.
Yeah, I can't.
You're just not cut out for that.
No, I'm not, G. Yeah, I'm definitely not. And so, so to get to the point, I'm sorry, Mom, you know I ramble. But to get to the point, last year it finally happened. I was 29, and I had just prayed to God on November 14th about if I should still be there or not. And I said, God, if I'm meant to be here, then let me stay. But if it's meant for me to move forward and leave this place, then let me know. So I prayed that prayer on November 14th, and I lost my job on November 16th. Yeah, I lost it on November 16th. And what was so beautiful about that is if you add up 6 and 1, that's 7, and that's complete. That's completion. So after I got fired, I said that's all right, because now God is about to hire me in my dream and in my calling. And so then now here I am at 30, walking in my purpose. And how I balance it, I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. I have always wanted to be, I know I'm almost done. I have always wanted to be a wife. I've always wanted to be a wife and a mother. Not a mom yet, but definitely a wife. And
when do you think you'll become a mom?
You walked right into that. You walked yourself in.
Dad is getting old.
I don't know how long we can get, before he get on that cane, you better have that baby.
Let me say this.
Moving on.
The baby, I'm sure will be coming.
Okay.
But here, let me say this. That's what I was gonna say. I come from not average parents, but above average parents. So let me try to break this down, okay? When you come from parents who are greatness, you don't feel like you can hand them anything less than that.
Okay.
So for me, I am a perfectionist. I want everything to be in alignment. I'm a Capricorn. I'm very ambitious. Come on, okay, shout out. I need for things to be, I need that foundation. I need for them to be in order. Thank you. I need for things to be in order. And so for me, I always wanted to be a wife. And so for me, I didn't want to fail at that. which is why I put a lot into my marriage. However, I'm learning, although I'm married, I still need to make time for my girlfriends, which is why me and Jet, we kicking it this upcoming weekend. My Howard girls, we kicking it next weekend. So I'm learning how to.
It will happen.
Yeah, I'm learning how to balance.
So, what's a piece of advice you would give another woman who's battling with going into full entrepreneurship?
Another piece of advice that I would give a woman that's, you said battling to go into?
Yeah, battling with going into becoming a full-time entrepreneur.
I would say just pray about it, take a leap of faith, and do it.
Okay.
I would say just do it, because if you're going back and forth and you're playing like the double dutch game, jump in, jump out, and you're unsure about it, I would say it's time for you to go ahead and jump in, because you're going to be successful. It may take a little more time, but you're going to be successful.
And you'll never know if you don't try. So.
Right.
Yeah. Step out on faith. I agree.
Right.
Okay, we've seen a lot this past year, and going into this year, with women just taking a stand and demanding respect. Have you experienced any disrespect or discrimination, and how do you handle that?
Yes, I have. It happened last year at the job I was at. Actually, a man, he was going around on the job assaulting women. And so when he came to me, I know back in the day we used to say you got the wrong one, but no, he had the right one. And so when he tried
Verbally,
to, it was verbal and physical.
Okay.
Yeah, he had muffed me in the back of my head.
Oh, okay.
I had my head turned and I didn't see him, and I was putting my coat in the closet, and I told him I would be out of his way. And when I turned my back, he muffed me in the back of my head.
Okay.
And
He had the wrong one.
Yeah, I wasn't. And that's ultimately what led to me losing my job, because once again, when you come from amazing parents, I'm a very nice person, but my alter ego is you, it's Maryland, and I know you come from the projects, okay? And so, okay, so I don't play that. You're not gonna disrespect me.
So then, how do you feel on Chicago having a black woman as mayor? And do you have a candidate that you're leaning towards?
I think it's amazing, and I think that women, when women are just so amazing, we really are. When you think about everything that the woman does, bearing the children, cooking, cleaning, nurturing, multitasking, we are phenomenal.
Yes, we are.
And so to see a woman mayor, I mean, I was already speechless when we got Barack Obama as the first African American president, but now to have a black woman be a mayor, that's major.
Awesome.
That's major. And
Sure agree.
I can't really choose between the two just yet, because Tony Prewinkle is my soror, so naturally, that's my soror and everything, sorority-wise, but Lori Lightfoot has a lot of great things about her, too, so I haven't made my final decision yet.
Okay. So, the same questions you've asked all of your speakers, I'm going to ask you, what has been the hardest lesson learned from being an entrepreneur?
The hardest lesson that I've had to learn is that the money will come.
It will come.
The money will come, because currently right now I am still driving Uber. I wake up every morning at 4 a.m. and I put in a full day of work. I make sure that I structure my day though, because I like to finish around 12 or 1 so that I can come home and pour into LWOO and call schools, speaking engagements. But my prayer, my short-term goal is that within the next 6 months, I will consistently be speaking, selling my books, coaching, and having my talk show. And that's my prayer. And I know that the seeds have been planted throughout the years, and it's going to take time to water them and watch them grow. It's not going to happen overnight. But as long as I stay prayerful, as long as I stay humble and respectful, and I understand that this is a part of the process, and I just enjoy the journey, I know that God will definitely come through when it comes to me being able to give back to my community and my family.
Yes.
And to let you know one other thing too, Mom, because actually I get asked this question all the time. I always get asked about my business and, how does it feel to be a full-time entrepreneur. But I get asked a lot about what's next, you know, as far as like the balancing of the baby, I mean, with a marriage and baby. And what I want to say about
Went back to that baby.
yeah, because I want to bring this up because I get asked a lot about when I'm gonna have children.
Okay.
And at first, in the beginning, just being completely honest, I used to get offended because I didn't understand why so many people were so curious about why you know, what's so curious about. I'm married, I've got a career, you know. It was kind of coming off like people were trying to make it feel like a mother completes you.
Yeah.
And like Brittany was saying earlier, and Jada and some of the other people, I think that what completes you is loving yourself.
Exactly.
And being the best
agree.
version of yourself. And I still at 30 want to love a little bit more on Lauren.
Right.
Because I've spent so much time building LWOO and trying to make other people happy, always being selfless and being there for others. And I just want to make sure that before, and I'm already married, I've got my best friend, before I bring a child into this world, having a house, you know, being in alignment with myself, making sure I'm right with God, going to church, tithing, all these things, I think
Right.
about that. And so I would just say that I know you and Daddy been waiting, but just trust and know that God's timing is perfect, and when it comes, it'll come.
And you know what? That was a nice way for her to tell me to, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, and also if you want to experiment, come and pick up Sugar Bella. She will definitely let you know what it's like to have a newborn.
That's
Okay.
Or come get Libby.
That's real.
Okay, and my last and final question, and you really answered it, but I know you can add a lot more to it. What's next for LWOO?
Oh, well. What's next for LWOO is I actually have a lot coming up. I have LWOO Academy, which is my not-for-profit. I'm currently in one school now at W.E.B. Du Bois. I teach self-confidence in the classroom, the community, the careers, and within themselves.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And so I've actually been asked to continue on with that mentoring program into more schools. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll be taking that show on the road. LWOO Enterprises, my for-profit. Actually, my team and I were working on turning that into workshops, boot camps, and conferences. I'm working on some online courses so that, because I'm only one person, and although I got a lot of energy, and I got a lot of energy, it is true. LWOO does get tired. So with me only being one person, it's nice that I get to go into facilities and everything, but I want to do some online courses so that I can sit my butt down, so that people can purchase and then they can just watch. So I'm working on that. Third book will be coming out this year. And thank you, bro. And last but not least, the LWOO show. We're gonna start planning for year 2. We're gonna come up with more hot topics. We're just gonna keep revamping. This is the first year that we've done this, so you know we're working out the kinks. You know, with time everything will get better. But we're just gonna keep going. Keep going with the LWOO show and my 3 babies. Okay. My 3 babies. Oh yeah, so you can follow me on IG, on Facebook, on Twitter, all at LWOO Speaks. You can follow me on Snapchat. I think it is, you know, I'm a little bad at Snap, but I think it's Lauren C. Ward LWOO or something like that. Oh, I don't know. I think Snapchat though, you should be able to find me though. Lauren C. Ward LWOO, I believe. And then on YouTube, Lauren C. Ward LWOO is my YouTube channel.
Okay. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, it has certainly been a blessing. We all love you, and I celebrate you every day, and you can only get bigger and better from here, and especially when you got God on your side. To God be the glory.
Thank
Because
you.
He is the source of your supply.
Yes, amen. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now, you guys, I'm going to give it back to C. King, and he'll let you know what's coming up next.
One time for the mommy-daughter combo. Come on, son. Come on. All right, LWOOs came out with the I got one night only dress on, see? Y'all saw that? See, Dream Girl, their ass up here, see? I'm loving it. Man, I'm sorry, I had four of them. I had 4 of them, and they tall. Shout out to the bartender once again. What's your name, brother? Mark. Mark. That sounds like you got a Q in it. Mark. All right. Well, man, we just appreciate. Give it up for yourselves, man. Everybody that endured. Everybody endured. So we're running about an hour late, man. And what we're gonna need you to learn the lyrics to your own theme song. By next year, this time, you're gonna need to know the lyrics, okay? Hey, before we go out, man, we're gonna close out. We're gonna have our own favorite theme song. Y'all ready to do a theme song with me? Come on, man. Y'all ready to do a theme song with me? Only Ty said so.
You need a cup of water.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a little aggressive. Y'all follow my lead. If y'all know this one, sing it with me, man. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spend most of my day. Shooting some b-ball outside of the school. What? Started making trouble in my neighborhood. You moving with your auntie and uncles at Bel Air. And when it came near, and they had dice in the mirror, this cab was rare, but I said, nah, forget it. Yo, home's to Bel Air. Give me the beat. Pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cab, smell you later. I was finally there, sat on my throne as a prince of Bel Air. Come on, man. Give yourselves a round of applause. This lady was right. I do need some water. I suffer from dry mouth in this. Man, G, I just love y'all. I appreciate y'all energy, man. One more time. LWOO, you gonna close this out? You got something to say to the people? Come on, one more time for the lovely LWOO.
That's my brother, y'all, man. I love all of y'all. See, King, you so dope, G. You so dope. Man, you know, you guys, just thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. You could have been anywhere else on this Saturday, and I just really appreciate you guys coming out to support me and love on me. Shout out to Reese, my producer and director for my talk show. She works so hard, you all, and I love her so much. Truly a big sister to me, a mentor, and I'm so proud of her. I love her and her boys, and I just think Reese is an amazing person, so I just had to shout her out. She really is. Yeah, she really is. Her spirit, you really are. You really are. C. King, my big brother, another mentor. Shout out to C. King for hosting. Yes. He's definitely, and it's crazy because C. King is like me. You know, he's first and foremost a writer. He has his own not-for-profit free lunch academy. Definitely look it up. But he's just a good person. His energy, his spirit, he could be a comedian if he wanted to. He's just bomb. He's bomb, okay? So shout out to C. King. Shout out to Kelsey and Darren for filming everything. And the young man, I didn't get a chance to meet you, but I truly appreciate you being here today and filming. Shout out to my mom and dad. Shout out to my family, my Jet, my Auntie Lynn. Shout out to my husband, Ty. My baby Ty, I love you so much. My husband is so supportive, you all. When I have my downs and outs, when I just feel like I can't continue on, because it's tough. It is tough being an entrepreneur when the finances are not consistent. And you have those moments where you want to quit and you want to stop. And Tyshawn quickly always reminds me that it's not about me, that it's about our community and me giving back to the world and making it a better place and leaving behind a legacy that's greater than me. So he reminds me why I have to keep going. Shout out to my older sister, Ashley. She's here too. Shout out to all my friends, my childhood friends, people who I've met last year. You have became my family. I just really appreciate you guys being here. And I want you to know something too. Just keep praying for me, you all. Keep praying, because like I said before, this almost didn't happen. You know, I worked really hard to pull this together. Once again, the finances were not here for this event. The finances were not here. And I really, really just was like, you know what, I'm not going to even do a 1-year anniversary show. It's not going to happen. You know, I don't really have the money for it. I just lost my job. I'm still getting unemployment checks. I'm just like, wow, you know, maybe I should just hold off. But Tyshawn, my family, God was like, no, like this is what's supposed to happen. You have accepted your calling, and you have to go forward with it. And so I kept moving. And that's one thing about me. I may be down, but I'm a go-getter. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. And there's nothing that can stop me. You know, I'm definitely somebody that's going to push forward throughout the obstacles. So I just thank you guys for supporting me and being here for my 1-year anniversary show that didn't almost happen, but it did. And I thank God. I thank God for this. And sure, might have not been, because I know somebody was like, man, you know, when the Eventbrite came up, like 75 to 100 people. And I told Ty, if I just get my immediate family, my closest friends, if I just have a small crowd, that's enough for me. Really? To see all of you all's faces, it really lets me know that you really, really believe in me. You really care about my dreams. And I really appreciate it. I know that a lot of times I'm always in business mode and I don't always have as much fun as I should, but that's because I'm so determined to win. I want to win. I came too far to fail. And I've got lives to save. I've got children to impact. I've got adults to pour into. I'm on a mission from God. I'm his vessel, and I have to keep moving forward. I have to pour into my people. So I thank you all for showing up for me today. It means the world to me. Thank you. Oh, and now we can take pictures. Yeah, take pictures at VIP. Oh, and cake. Cake will be served now. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm all about the community and bringing forth the unity, and you will see that's it. And we can change the whole world, not with diamonds and pearls. Raise up boys, little girls.